This is Alvy, I'm Austin, and we approve this message.
If you haven't heard, Marvel Studios is developing a film based off the Black Panther. Awesome. Like any other project, the company is, at the time of this recording, seeking out a director to lead it. As of December 8th, 2015, at least 2 directors have been approached. Ava DuVernay, the director of the Oscar-nominated Selma, and Ryan Coogler, the director of Fruitvale Station and Creed. Now, you can see it, right? Don't worry, it's not wrong to point it out. Based on the evidence presented, we can assume that Marvel Studios is actively seeking a director of color to direct its first film featuring a character of color. And that's good. It's good that Marvel Studios is giving an opportunity like this to an underrepresented part of the Hollywood director pantheon. But there's kind of a nasty implication in there, isn't it? I mean, you can probably tell what it is, but I'll make this clear just in case. Every single film in the Marvel Cinematic Universe has, thus far, starred and been directed by white guys. This is the first Marvel Studios film to, most likely, feature and be directed by people of color. The implication here is that Marvel Studios is actively seeking out directors of color out of necessary obligation as opposed to choice. Now, that alone isn't a bad thing at all. Any reason to give an opportunity like a Marvel movie to a director of color is a good reason. It's really on the other side. What about movies that don't star people of color? Let's say instead of Black Panther, it was a new Iron Man movie. Would Ava DuVernay have been approached to direct that? I mean, she has made a film that has actually been nominated for an Oscar. I think she's paid her dues. Or would the job have gone to the next reasonably talented white guy? This is what I'm talking about. Marvel Studios should not be hiring directors of color purely out of obligation, because that undermines their talent, their merit. Ryan Coogler isn't just a black man who makes movies that people like, he's also an amazing storyteller and a bold visionary. If I may be blunt, it's less progressivism and more stay in your place. Black people make black movies and that's it. And that's the most disturbing part about this whole implication. Aren't we striving as a culture for unity? Racism, sexism, transphobia, they are all issues prominent and alive in this country. But you're Marvel Studios. You don't have to pander to the bigots. And honestly, I think you know that. You just have cold feet. Get a Latino director on the next Hulk movie, a woman directing the Ant-Man sequel, a transgender director on a Hawkeye movie, whatever. The second you dive in, Hollywood will feel the impact instantly. There is, of course, another side to this coin. If diverse directors are hired for movies starring white guys more often, should white guys be hired for movies starring diverse characters more often as well? And the answer is no, not really. You could argue that fair is fair, but we can't really say that fair is fair because it has never been fair. I don't want this to sound like I'm calling anyone out. No one is solely at fault for where the film industry is right now. But if we want to move forward as a culture, we have to push for something better. And honestly, I don't think a person of color directing Ant-Man is asking for too much. I realize that race is a touchy subject, but you know what? We're all adults here. We can have a civilized conversation about race in the film industry. So let's do it. Is Marvel Studios going too slow, too fast, or is just at the right pace? Let me know in the comments below, and please, seriously, please, be nice.